Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I am in support of this resolution and implementation of the practicalities of it to devise a zoning ordinance that would not allow the placement of a data center under these circumstances. The particular property in question is about 118 acres. To say that you could have 118 acres of data centers in Haymarket in a otherwise commercial area next to a rural crescent, I think is misplacing all the priorities. Mr. Levy and Ms. Kilberg have mentioned that Prince William has welcomed 22 data centers. You know, I really wasn't aware of the number, but none of these were accompanied by meetings of more than 1,200 outraged citizens at high schools. This data center was. On January 5th, right before the session of the General Assembly started, 1,200 citizens came out on a cold, rainy night. That expresses a sense of our community that this is an inappropriate use of land. I asked the land use attorney in Richmond about 3 weeks ago, can this be rezoned? He said it's a factually intense question, but he sent me the code, which I shared with two of your colleagues. The answer is yes. I asked, he said, well, if a site plan has been approved, you couldn't do it. I asked the question while I was not able to get the site plan to my satisfaction, though yesterday I received answer I would receive part of it. The site plan has not been completed, which would indicate some kind of a vesting, which would prohibit it. You are free to do this if you act in a timely manner. The activity that took place in the early 2000s allowing this has just now come to fruit with this option. I spoke to Delegate Jim Lemunion last night, who is experiencing a similar circumstance in South Riding because their board did not properly draw a zoning ordinance. I think they're in a much worse situation than we are right now because you have the opportunity to do this. Failure to do this, however, will place the blame squarely on you for allowing a data center to be placed in any commercial zoned area in Prince William. I do not think this is beneficial. If you've already had 22 come here, they're not going to leave. If you want to give a message of certainty, say, yes, you're welcome to come to Prince William. We have infrastructure and innovation. We'd like you here. You're welcome. This is not a question of coming here. This is a question of where you are coming to in Prince William. Otherwise, the eminent domain laws in Virginia do not allow compensation for everybody who loses property value in their homes with the placement of the data center. You only are recompensed if, in fact, actual land is taken. If the value of your property is reduced, you get nothing. This placement of a data center here amounts to theft of millions and millions of dollars, and I would suggest it's much greater than the property value of the taxes collected that Mr. Levy suggested if it would be placed in this area. So I urge you to draw up an ordinance. You've got very competent attorneys. You're competent yourselves. Please protect the people of Prince William from the logical implications, which I don't think were envisioned in the early 2000s when you first did this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. After Councilman